Good
Good evening.
evening.
Good evening. We're back. It's
It
Thursday.
is Thursday.
Welcome, welcome, welcome
Oh, yeah. Happy
to happy. You ready?
spouse.
Happy spouse. No, I'm asking. Are you ready?
Yes,
To
dear.
happy spouse, happy house. We're back.
We
We've been
told
off
y'all
for a week.
raw, live, and in living color. Ain't nobody got time for that. We are here. It's so good to be back. So good to be back on the
So glad
couch.
to have you guys here
We are
with us
excited.
tonight.
I don't sound excited, do I? Do I sound a little dry? I do sound a
Yes,
little
wake
dry.
up.
Wake up. All right. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up. No, I do. I am glad to be here. I'm so excited to be here. And I do need to do better. I do, absolutely. And I will do better. How are you, wife?
I'm great. How are you?
I know you're great and magnificent stuff.
Good.
You're so wonderful.
Good. Let's get
Listen,
started.
this is Thursday. It is Thursday, the 18th of April, week 6. That's better.
That's Mac,
And
and
this
this
is
is
Couch
Couch
Conversations. Welcome
Conversations.
to the couch. Welcome to the couch. Excuse my intro that took a little bit out of me. I apologize. But we're here nonetheless. We're excited to be here with you. And we're glad that you take out the time to join us on the couch. We don't take it for granted that you are spending this time with us. And we're excited about it. We hope and pray that you're finding value in these sessions that we are providing, that we're sharing with you. This isn't just something that we've scripted. You know, you see our iPads in front of us, and
It's
yes,
just
we do
notes.
have notes because we don't want to just come to you without having anything specific to talk about. We have data, we have research. We don't just take this for granted. Much of what we're sharing with you is from the top of our head or from our hearts. But the reality
It's from our
um,
couch.
from
Conversation
our
we
couch.
have on the couch.
Is right. Yeah. So we're not spitballing is my point. We're not just we're giving you honest conversation. So ultimately, my notes are my notes, her notes are her notes. We're not comparing notes. We're not writing down the scripts and telling you, "Oh, that sounds good, say that." No. This is all unscripted in a sense that I don't know what she's going to share, nor does she know what I'm going to share. We're giving you the raw conversations that we have. And so welcome to the couch. We're so glad that you're here.
Down, glad that you're here.
Your
Our
Yes, your turn. Your turn to start.
topic for today, we're going to the topic. We
Already?
just gonna get,
We
what
just gonna
else
jump?
we gonna do?
I mean, okay, go ahead.
So we pray that you guys are together on the couch and that you're going to enjoy this episode with us. Season 2, episode, what did you say, 6?
6.
Episode 6.
2 more to go after this.
Two more. Aww.
What?
It's gonna only be two more.
After this one, yeah, 7 and 8.
Okay. Forgive the bird in the background.
He'll be
We're
all
doing it from the couch, so.
right. Listen, we got the bird, we got the fish, we got the dog.
The dog was having a fit earlier, but it's okay.
We're working it out, though. We are working it out.
Topic discussion is, what's our topic for today?
Embracing the differences.
Oh, my
What?
my topic was different.
What was
I
yours?
remember it was differences, but I said encourage the differences.
That works too.
I mean, both of them are ease,
They
so
both ease.
we were on the same page with
We
the
are on the
ease.
same page.
So it's encourage the differences from my point of view, and his is embrace the differences.
Absolutely. Either way, you are realizing, recognizing, acknowledging that you and your spouse are different
Yes,
in many ways.
you and your spouse are so different in so many ways. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Keep going. Why
This
are you
is what
freezing
happens on our couch. I
or
don't know how y'all
stifling?
conversations go, but on our
It's
couch,
always gonna be a pause.
there is always going to be a pause. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be that moment when I try to pass it off to her, and she just looks at
And
me
I'm not paying attention.
like crazy.
Sorry.
It is all good. There are differences between the husband and the wife. We're specifically talking about the marriage, the couple, the husband, the wife. There are differences between you two, us two, all those twos, and that's the way it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be different. I don't, I don't really get into all that yin yang stuff, but that's kind of an idea. Um, we're humans. We're Homo sapiens, as the word goes,
Mm,
but we are different versions of the same species,
mm-hmm.
and it's that difference that is important. What do you think are some of our differences, wife?
Our differences?
Yes.
Oh, I feel like I'm a introvert. You're an extrovert.
You think I'm an extrovert?
I did.
You don't anymore?
I mean, you kind of laid back, but yes, I feel like you're a more social person than me. Even when we first met, I felt like you were the social and I was like the laid back. What not laid back, it's quiet, more reserved. Like you were, if you wanted to say something or have a question, you would say it or ask it, and I was more like, no, I'm not gonna ask it because it might lead into more conversation. And I don't want to talk. But I like, what do I like?
It's hurts and makes a lot in my ear. I'm sorry.
You're a what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh,
Keep going.
differences other than the introvert extrovert. I guess I'm loud. You kind of quiet. Are you quiet? Or you loud and I'm quiet?
No, you're loud.
It it depends on where we are.
You're
Cause
definitely
like
loud.
around my family,
Oh Lord Jesus.
I'm loud, but like I try to be more reserved in public places, I guess.
She's quiet around
You
people
like
she don't
kids?
know.
I mean, I like kids. You don't like
I
kids,
do not like them little
even though
terrors.
we got have four.
They are.
Stop calling them that.
That's what
That's
them.
mean though.
That's what them
But people
Bama's
love
are.
their kids. You can't
Yes,
call
people
them.
love their kids. I love my children.
Anyway, that's why I'm the teacher and he's not.
Kids are That's what they do. They terrorize you.
They do not.
How do you figure?
Stop saying
They
that.
run around. They make a
Babe,
whole lot of
okay, we're
noise.
not
They
talking
make
about
friends.
kids. Couch conversations. I don't like that because
You
you're
don't
talking
like
about,
what?
I don't like when you talk about kids
Tell the
like
truth.
that. They
Tell the
not.
truth.
They're precious.
Like things that I don't.
Okay, tell
That's the
your
difference.
differences.
No, I agree. Everything that you mentioned are the differences between us, and I think it's the perspective. For me, I have to be more deep. I have to be more in depth in my perception. So I'm thinking about the differences in perspective, how you see things. Sometimes you see things simply, where I see things more complicated. I look at the world through a tainted lens, and you don't have that because you don't have the experiences and history that I do. And I think that's a big difference. Your conceptualization of our reality is hinged on a limited experience of the world, and I
I thought
love
you was
that.
gonna throw something out.
Huh?
Different,
I
same,
did.
same, different. Go ahead. You freak.
You no, I said you're simple and I'm
Oh, okay.
complex.
Thank you.
But that
Simple
was my
and
point.
complex.
That just proved my point.
Yes.
I think
I'm like, just say
more complex,
one word.
complex. Yeah. Again, that's
That's
a
the
difference.
differences.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like hot, cold, night, day. You,
Okay, so let's do hot cold because I love a hot shower. She doesn't. She
oh,
likes cold water.
I don't like cold water.
You don't like warm water.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
It's
Mm.
that's personal. That's like it's a skin thing.
Washing
Different.
dishes. You don't wash dishes in hot water.
I don't wash it in scorching hot water like you do.
There's no
There's a
steam
difference
coming
in
out of
hot.
your
Yes,
water.
it is.
Okay. I'll clean my glasses next
I
time.
don't hot is it anyway. We talking about water and we talking about relationship
We talk.
differences
Oh,
and
okay. Relationship differences. I mean, but that's all part of it.
that
You
is all
stop and think
part of
about
it.
it.
He don't like washing clothes, but I
Hey,
like
hey,
washing
hey, hey! Don't
clothes.
say that. Don't do that. I
Oh,
really don't like washing
no,
clothes.
he doesn't.
No, 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 no. I don't mind washing and
You don't like
drying them.
folding and
I
putting them
hate
away.
folding.
Okay, so that's the
That's what it
differences.
is. I don't like
Yeah.
fold, and I don't know why. I promise you, I have no idea why I'm that way. I just don't like fold. I wash them. I just don't want to fold them.
Yeah.
I don't like that part.
I think our difference is like when we were first dating before we got married, it was the number of kids.
Yep.
Wasn't because I wanted 6
I was good
and
with
he wanted 3. Well,
3 was good for me.
or 1 girl, 1 boy.
No, it was
Oh,
always
3.
3.
What was the 3?
Huh? The genders
Yes,
didn't make
it didn't
difference.
matter. Oh, you just
As
wanted
long as I
3.
had a son, I didn't care if it was 2 girls and a boy or 2 boys. Well, no, I take that back. I never wanted 2 boys. Never wanted 2 boys.
Uh,
It would have always been
I
2
wanted
girls.
3 and 3. 3 girls, 3 boys.
That would.
He comes from a small family. I come from a big family.
No, I come
Siblings.
from an average size
I
family.
mean siblings. I mean
You
siblings.
come from extraordinary size family.
I mean, I can't believe it was a lot of us.
37 of them. In the name.
What?
Y'all, it's just too many of y'all.
Don't say that because people think that I'm like one of 37, like 36 siblings.
Sometimes I feel that way.
I'm the youngest of 7. And he's
You are
the
not the
middle.
youngest
I
of
mean,
7.
I'm just saying my twin is the youngest, but
Right.
we're the youngest of,
Your stunt double.
yes. So he's one of 3.
3.
It's 3.
And I'm in the middle.
And he's in the middle, and I'm the baby. So
Ish.
okay, the twin.
Maybe adjacent.
Okay, thank you.
At least
So
it wasn't
those were
somebody
our
neighbors be watching.
differences.
Why he
What was
Tommy?
it? Well, I guess we shouldn't talk about the same because the show is about differences.
It is about differences. I think though that it's okay to acknowledge some similarities.
Single family household. Both of us.
Mm, I don't think we.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
not,
that's the
we both
boring.
believe in Jesus.
That's the same. Yes.
Always, and we both always wanted a spouse who believes in
Who's gonna
Jesus.
follow?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely, absolutely.
Or be led or be guided by.
Yeah,
That was that was on my list. Did you have a list?
I had a very serious list,
Oh, okay.
top 10 things, and you had to have 7 or more.
And I didn't.
You didn't qualify.
It
You
was
didn't even
God.
make 50%.
It was God ordained.
We are God ordained.
Like, cause we always say that we weren't each other's type,
Yeah.
but God was like, I don't care. Y'all my type for each other.
Say that again. In the name.
I bought this together.
Yeah, he did. He
You
keeps
didn't
us
have no
together.
type.
He brought us together.
Yes,
He keeps
yes,
us together.
okay.
Because I'm telling
So
you
those
what.
like the differences that we have, and there are differences in marriages, like opinion and thought
Absolutely.
process and
There should be.
education in a marriage, beliefs. Well, should there be different beliefs?
No.
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 No, I just
No.
answered my own question. There shouldn't
There
be.
should not
Okay,
be
squash that. No differences in
belief
beliefs.
systems. No, there should be one belief system that you both agree
Is
to.
that the same with like discipline? The kids, should that be different?
So when you get into disciplines, I think it becomes not a difference of whether or not there should be discipline. I think it's okay to have a difference.
The approach?
The methods, right?
Yes, the methods.
The
Yes.
methods of discipline. You
And then
need to agree that there is going to be discipline.
yes, yes,
And
yes.
you just have to work out what that looks like.
And then when you actually talk about the differences that you have, come together and decide on one.
Absolutely, have that conversation. The key is have the conversation and talk through your perspective, your concept with your spouse. Find the points of commonality, and if you don't have any with what you've already determined, then make some. I think that's something that a lot of couples miss, the fact that you can create points of commonality. You can create points of
Mhm.
agreement where they weren't there before. If I think a certain way about something and you think a different way about something, if we talk through it long enough, we'll find some places where we can agree and move forward. If there's nothing in what I say that you can agree with, and there's nothing in what you say that I can agree with, then we create something that we both agree on. And I think that's what a lot of people miss.
I think of a differences in marriages. Sorry.
Yeah.
Age difference.
Oh Lord, why you got
The age differences.
That's not fair.
He's 4 years older
Yeah,
than I
I'm
am.
4 years wiser.
Okay. Older.
Why you gotta say all that?
Because when we met, you were an old man.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
Wow. Are y'all hearing this right now?
I told you
was
that.
old? Wow.
No, I'm not saying your age was
No, you
old.
said I was an old man.
I mean, your way of thinking and stuff was old, like an older
No, you were
man.
a teenager when I met
Well,
you.
it had to be different because
Still
I was younger.
swinging your feet in the chair.
Well, it had to be a difference because
That's
I'm
why
younger.
you thought I was older, because I was experienced in the
Okay, you were
world.
experienced, whatever. The age difference is one, another one.
We're gonna talk about that on another show.
We're gonna talk about that in another show.
Calling me old. But I think, and not to belabor the issue before our producer screams at me again. I think that is significant. You thought I was older, and I mean I was older, but you thought I was older not because I was old, but because you were younger. Your point of reference was teenager. You were a year out of high school when we met. So
What was that?
but
That was 2 years.
you were 1 year. You had
No,
just
it wasn't.
when did you graduate high school, sweetie?
97,
When did we meet?
99.
Oh, okay.
That's 2 years. Am I adding
February
it wrong?
February of '99 is when we met. She got now who being
I'm
specific.
just saying. That's 2 years.
Year and a half. The point
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
making is everyone in your sphere was teenager, high school, just out. Whereas me, I was living on my own. I was dealing with adults who had careers, people who ran their own businesses. You weren't even legal. You were what you 19? Could you drink at 19?
Not until 21.
Right. And I'm out here going to the clubs and going to cabarets and
You
keeping
were.
6-pack in the fridge.
Okay, we're talking about marriage now.
No, 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 no,
Okay,
no,
go ahead,
no.
go ahead, go ahead.
The point that I'm making is your perception of me was tainted by your experience and the influence that you had of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't the age of your peers, because I wasn't the age of anyone around you that you were used to dealing with, I seemed old.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm saying that because it was the same thing for me. You were a teenager.
Okay.
No, but
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was a teenager.
that's what influenced my perception of you in the beginning. Everything that this pen is driving me crazy. Everything about your mannerisms, your behaviors, your point of view for me was tainted by your age, your youth, your teenage age.
Mm.
And I think that's a significant thing because oftentimes in relationship when people don't gel, when they don't meld, when they don't become cohesive, that can play a major factor. When your differences are rooted in your I'm sorry, when your perception of a person is rooted in those differences
Mm.
subconsciously. And I think that that can be something very dangerous for the couple if you don't work through that and work that out. Is where I was going. Took me a while to get there, but I'm there.
But you have to understand each other's
Yes.
differences and work with each other
Yes.
to enjoy each other's
Yeah.
differences.
Absolutely.
Or embrace. That's your title.
No,
Or
no,
embrace.
enjoy.
Enjoy, embrace,
Yeah.
encourage
Yep.
each other because we're not competing in the marriage.
Hopefully.
We're not, well, yeah.
Best to not to be.
We're not competing in our marriages.
Best to not to
We're
be.
trying to help each other grow and be a
Absolutely.
team in the
Absolutely.
marriage because other people are watching you. So
Absolutely.
we're not competing.
Our
We identify the differences.
our children won't ever be able to say that they didn't see what a healthy marriage looks like.
Hmm.
They won't ever be able to say that honestly. Let me put it that way.
Identify your differences, acknowledge them,
They don't.
and grow in your differences
Yeah.
together.
I do think there's something where you're saying enjoy your differences and I'm saying embrace them. I think that differential is also significant because for me, you can embrace the differences without enjoying them.
That's true.
But for you, in order to enjoy it, you have to embrace it.
Yeah. That's a different perspective on
Yeah. But
wordplay.
yeah. But it's so telling again about the difference between the husband and the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, there's a level of acceptance that it is what it is. For you, it's if I have to accept it, then I'm gonna find a way to enjoy it.
Yeah, and other differences in your marriage could be communication. differences, how you communicate with each other,
Definitely communicate different.
um, sexual intimacy differences, um, values,
Yep.
money,
Yep.
money differences. Um, I don't know.
What do you get different?
The website I'm looking at is not showing it.
What else you got on your list?
Dr. Lit
What else you got on your list? These are
Life Stages.
okay. That one had
Okay, Life Stages.
it.
I'm trying to. That one won't let me pull up the website.
That's okay.
Oh,
Just reference
okay.
it.
Well, I was trying to reference it, but these are a few of the differences in marriages: communication, sexual intimacy, values, um, money, life stages.
Life stages.
I have a list of it.
They expound on that at all?
Oh no, we don't want life stages
Oh,
because that it listed. It says 10 common problems in marriages, and then it says collaborative divorce.
okay.
Something that's the
Wait. No.
divorce Texas. No, we don't want that one.
Never
So
mind.
no, no, not life stages.
All right, skip that. We'll skip that. We'll skip that.
But
Let's
there are different stages in marriages.
the
You
different
have like the
seasons.
stages or seasons. We could say
Seasons to me
seasons sound
is
yeah, it's
more
more
adequate,
yeah.
accurate.
Seasons in marriages. The love the when you first get married, of course, the loving relationship, the honeymoon, the I have this listed, but it's from Forbes.com. Honeymoon, getting even, hanging in there, doing your own thing and growing up. So, but we all go through seasons in marriages. It's like,
Yeah,
well, if you don't go through seasons, that means you're not growing.
absolutely.
Because seasons provide growth, and newness. Each just like seasons, the seasons in weather, it provides change in atmosphere and your environment. And in marriages, seasons could be like your feelings or how you approach stuff differently as different seasons come around.
See, seasons, we all go through them.
Mm-hmm.
Your marriage is always in a season.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, are you in a season that you should be in? Or did you get stuck in a season that you never wanted to leave?
Like, are y'all moving in seasons together?
Ooh, watch
Or
out.
one of y'all stuck in one season and the other one is still moving forward, which I
Exactly.
guess is that good?
Ooh, ooh.
No.
There's going to be differential in the growth of the couples, right? You're gonna grow at a different pace
Yeah.
than I am, and that's due to external influences. And so there will be a season where you're growing as an individual, and I'm not. I might be stagnant because I'm supporting your growth.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a season when I'm going to grow as an individual and you might become stagnant because you're supporting my growth.
Yeah.
You're giving me room to move and shake and do what I have to do and grow and mature as an individual, say vocationally or educationally. And then that would mean that you're not really pursuing anything for yourself
Mm-mm.
because you're supporting me as I grow.
Seasons provide change,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
and change is okay,
the
even in your
important
marriage.
thing is coming back together
Mm.
after those individual seasons of growth and then growing together.
Yeah.
Because there's a season where one thing takes place, another season where another thing takes place. There needs to be a season where we both take place
Yeah.
so that we do catch up to each other and not outgrow one. I think that's a problem that so many couples have as they grow individually, independently. They forget to go back and grow collectively.
Good. Good.
So, got to make sure that we're doing that. We got to make sure that we're growing together. That's why it's so important for couples to spend time together away from other people, away from the world, away from family, friends, children, co-workers, etc. Get away and spend time together.
Are there different marriages? Like, how you have like a traditional marriage, a untraditional, no?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm just asking a question.
I, what's an untraditional marriage?
I don't know.
I ain't never heard that phrase before.
I don't know. I'm just asking a question.
No, no. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you wrong. I'm just gonna tell you I don't have a point of reference for
Oh, I guess I was talking about like when you got married,
how
the
you got married.
wedding. Yeah, how you got married. But
Yeah, there's definitely untraditional ways of getting married, um, and maybe even being married at different ways. How that works.
oh, and the other differences that we have is you like to travel. I'm not a traveler. But I've grown to become one.
And
And that's
you
because it's
enjoy
been
it.
20. I enjoy it. It's just I guess you like I would prefer to drive everywhere, but I know we can't.
It's
But I don't drive.
she would prefer to be driven.
I mean, I would be yes.
That's what that is.
That's the difference. And you would travel like to warm places like
Fly. We got to fly to
and
California.
but you said fly. I don't yeah, I don't like
Just gotta get there.
airplanes.
Just gotta get. You did well though. The
I mean, I
last
did
time
two
we flew
trips.
to Texas.
I did two trips.
You did well. We flew to Texas. When we flew to Florida, you did well.
Yes.
You don't have to like it. You just have to embrace it.
I'm trying to embrace the different seasons that you're going to be in after we don't have kids. Cuz
This
you want to travel.
don't get me started. About to jump up and shout. I can't wait.
Yeah, you have to travel.
Wait, we going somewhere.
You like to travel, I don't.
And we going
I'm a
somewhere. And
homebody.
we ain't going to the grocery store.
I'm a
That's what I'm.
homebody. I like to be home.
Yeah. And I don't get me wrong. I enjoy being home with my wife. It's them other. Anyway,
Okay.
as I was getting ready for tonight, I came across a video, a clip on Instagram from Keith Battle, and he was talking about embracing the differences in your marriage. One of the things he said was, "Our differences are made to strengthen one another.
Yes.
Our differences, that not us made differently, but the differences that are in us, that God made in us, He made them so that we would strengthen one another." And it got me to thinking,
Well, because if we both the same, that would be boring,
which is something else he said.
right? Oh, was it?
Yes, he
I
also said
watched the clip, but I didn't remember what he said.
it's okay.
But
Just not
if
listening.
that's the same with anything, like if everything something is the same all the time, it's going to get boring.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I'm sitting here. I mean, you anything if it's the same thing, it's going to become boring. You do the same thing every day. You wake up. I mean, that's life. We go to bed together. We wake up together. But I'm just saying, like, if both of us were me,
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
because I'm a homebody, we would never do nothing and
Nope.
explore anything.
Nope. And we never get nowhere because
Because
neither one of us
neither
wanna
one of us
drive.
would want to drive. Well, who driving today? I don't feel like driving.
You drive,
I don't
babe.
feel like it.
Babe.
Well, we just not going.
Right. Ooh, pause.
But yes, this
Anyway,
would if it was two of me,
Lord have mercy.
we
But
would
then the
be
same thing can be
bored.
said about me, because
Uh,
if it was two of me, we wouldn't be bored, but we wouldn't get nothing done because you know me, I'm all over the place. Let's go do this. Let's go do that.
oh yes, yes, yes.
I am full of great ideas. What keeps me grounded is her inability to
Me.
make a decision.
That's the point. That's why God does that.
Yeah,
That's why.
absolutely. God put us together knowing that we're different, and He put us together because we are different.
Thank you, Keith Battle.
Thank you, Keith.
Keith Battle. That
Yep.
was nice.
Something else he said made me think, um, and I lost my train of thought. Took me down the rabbit hole. Uh, but he was saying that our differences are made to strengthen one another, and how if I spend all of my this is what he said. He said we're not supposed to make our spouse like us, which was something that he was saying. We spend too much time and energy trying to change our spouse into a version of ourselves. The reality is, if there are two of you, then you don't need one of them. Think
Mm.
about the things in your life that you have multiple of, and you're quick to either throw it away, give it away, or sell it away because you realize I don't need two of these things. I don't use them. I don't need to have them. Even people who have multiple cars, one is a truck, one is a car, or one is a convertible, one is a
Mm-hmm.
sports car, or one is a motorcycle. You don't have two red pickup trucks that can only seat three people. You have one pickup truck, you might have one Suburban, or you might have one Tahoe that it seats seven people, eight people, or you might have a mini SUV, something smaller, or like I said, a sports car converter, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You might have two vehicles, but you don't have two of the exact same
Mm-hmm.
because you don't need two of the same. And it's the same thing in your marriage. You need to have two people who are different
Mm-hmm.
and not the same because you balance each other out. Like I said earlier, with me, I am full of a lot of great ideas on what to do, where to go, what to eat, whereas this one can't make up her mind to save her life. So that balances us out because I will I will learn to I have learned rather to kind of hone in on making a decision. And typically, if I make the decision that will suit her needs and desires, 9 times out of 10, I'm good to go.
And you fast paced. Like I'm
Yeah,
slow down.
yeah,
I
we can
gotta.
talk about
I'm like
it.
slow down, but like slow down.
Yeah,
Take your time.
yeah,
And marriage is a union of
it
two
is.
people,
There's
two people, two different people,
combination
a
finance.
combination of of two different people. And we're in that process learning
Yeah,
to become one,
yeah.
but it's not the same one person.
Bishop Bobby
Um,
always says that getting married is the it's the colliding of two histories.
mm-hmm,
Your differences are rooted in your histories. I was looking at a website, eaglefamily.org, and they give a list of 10 key differences between a husband and a wife. You mentioned a couple of them. You said money and values. They also listed physically, of course, relationally, verbally. The needs are different. The affection is given different, received different, defined different. Activities, things that we like to do, things that we enjoy doing, are going to be different. But there are two that they mentioned that I really kind of wanted to hone in on just a little bit. One of the things that they said that are different is motivationally. Men and women, husband and wife, we differ in the way that we're motivated. What motivates men, quoting the website, isn't necessarily what motivates women. A woman tends to desire nurturing, connection, and support. Men lean toward protecting, pursuing, and defending. Because of these differences, one of the other 10 key differences they listed between a husband and a wife was responding to fear. And
mm,
I believe that because of the difference between us, we respond to fear situations in a very
differently.
different way.
That's true.
And I believe that's what's needed
Yes,
because it's so helpful. Go ahead, because
it is.
I see
No,
the
I'm about to
question.
say it is a difference. That's good because I was once afraid. I mean, I don't want to say I'm still
She
afraid.
afraid. She was
Uh,
terrified.
I was afraid of heights,
Hmm.
and my first height challenge was when we went. Was it our anniversary? When we went and we did the
Zip line.
zip line,
Yep.
and you was like, "No, we're going to go do zip line." I was like,
Overcoming fear.
I want to do the zip line, and the difference was you weren't afraid, but
Mm-mm.
I needed you not to be like again. If you were me, we would have never did it,
Mm-mm.
and I would have never gotten over the fear of
Right.
heights, and so because you looked at fear differently than I did, um, it helped me get over
Yeah.
that, and I did it,
Did
and I wasn't going. I didn't do it again, but
it.
I did it that one time.
That's all it took. One
That's
time.
all it took.
One
One
time.
time. I just needed that one time to do it.
Can I share the story of Saturday with Nadia? What happened?
Oh yes. Some of the discussion.
Not the discussion, the occurrence, not the detail of
Oh
what
what?
happened. So Saturday passed.
You gotta ask her. Can you share it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Saturday passed. Our youngest child was at the amusement park with her friends. While she was there, she ran into a bit of trouble, and so she called her mother, panicking.
Oh yes, yes.
Um, and of course, her mother, being the person that she is, engaged in her panic and started panicking on her own. And I was
It
there
wasn't a big panic.
listening in, and out of my wife's fear, she started sharing information that wasn't helpful.
I was gonna go pick her up.
She
That's what it was.
she was going to try to go pick, but she was also pointing out the fact that at the amusement park, our child was 3 hours away. It's going to take me 3 hours to get there.
I did say that,
You
didn't I?
did say that.
Okay, so tell them why.
Point I'm making is I had to literally take the phone out of my wife's hand and calm my daughter down, help her to realize that it wasn't as bad as she was thinking that it was, and redirect her attention towards getting the help that she needed.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't life threatening. Um, it wasn't as extreme as
You
it
can say
was.
as I made it.
Okay. It wasn't as extreme as
I
she
mean,
made it.
telling the truth.
If you would have walked into the room while she was on the phone with my daughter, you would have thought the world was coming to an end. And I will say this: I don't think you even realized it, but in that moment, I did wrestle with my own, not fear, but maybe fear as a parent, knowing that my child is having a challenge that I can't put my hands on and
Mm-hmm.
fix for them.
I mean, that was me on the other end. I was like,
Well, you were totally you were
I
just
can't
like,
come get you.
I can't
We're
do what
three
I want to
hours
do,
in it.
so I'm
And I
gonna
guess
do
it was
nothing.
the don't tell her you can't do.
Right,
Just
right,
give her ways to not think about the fact that
exactly. That's where
we couldn't
I
make
put
it
my
there.
fear of her situation that I couldn't. I'm a father. I want to fix it.
Yeah.
I want to attack it. I want to protect her. And in that moment, I really couldn't traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
I set that fear aside, and the reasoning in me, the deductive thinking in me, found a way to help her from 3 hours away, 200 miles
And
away.
stuff like that happens in your marriages, like where um he will handle it different than I would. And but we agree that when stuff happen, don't call me.
Don't call your mama.
Don't call mommy.
Call her.
Call
Or
daddy.
if you're gonna call her, tell her to call me.
Yes.
But that's
Mom, can you call dad?
right, right. That's I don't panic externally. Let me say it that way. I never show my panic because I know I can't,
Yeah.
because I know you do. So I choose to be different
And
in those
in
moments.
that moment, I was just like, I felt bad because I did panic, but I was glad that you were the way you are, different than me. That's a positive difference. Um, because if you were like me,
Lord help us.
then both
Oh,
of us would have sent
the world's
uh,
gonna blow up.
the ambulance up there to get her from 3 hours away. But we still would have to go get her. But in marriages, things like that happen when you have one perspective and I have a different perspective or
Yeah.
opinion. And but we work together, and I think I was a little upset that I couldn't,
Mm.
because as a mom, you want to nurture. I wanted to nurture her in that moment, and I was like, I can't even nurture her.
Not only did I have to
She
call my
called
child
me. I was
back,
like, she called me.
I had to call my
Why
wife
you
back.
taking the phone?
I'm dealing with everybody's
But it
situation.
was a good thing, like, cause I heard how he was talking to her, and I learned like, yeah, oh, I could do that
Mm,
the next time if she calls me, if
yeah.
something happened. But I can do that because you showed me that this is the way to do it. Because it wasn't
Life threatening.
yeah, but I meant it wasn't. In that moment, I was like I said, I was upset. Like I could have kept the phone and be like, "No, I'm gonna tell her."
Thank God
You're not.
she
She
did.
called me.
Right. Give me that phone.
But in that moment, I didn't. I wasn't. I can't think of the word.
I don't know where you're going with this.
We were embracing the difference. I
Okay.
wasn't
Competing?
competing.
There we
Thank
go.
you. Gee, there we go. Thank you. I wasn't competing with you. Like, why she called me? So why? Don't do that. That is not funny.
Yes, ma'am.
Please forgive him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but I wasn't competing with you. I wasn't competing. So it helped me to hear what you were saying, because I could have kept the phone and been like, no, she called me on my phone. If she wanted you, she should have called you.
Right. Yeah.
But I wasn't competing, and that's what makes it um encouraging to
Mm,
like hear that this is the way you can talk to her
yeah.
the next time if it happens. And that's what you need in your marriage, is someone to each other encouraging and embracing the differences that you have, opinion, talk, um, lifestyles, not lifestyles. Um, what were the differences that we named? Money,
Money,
um,
physically, mentally,
physical, mentally, yeah,
emotionally,
differences. Yes.
verbally. You talked about communication.
And we also know that your differences allow for a new point of view. Like
Absolutely.
something like you didn't know something and your spouse can give you a different point of view. Because you want that in your spouse. You don't want to have to get that outside of your marriage.
Right.
Because then that creates a whole
That's a whole
different
nother other show.
situation. Your differences challenge each other to grow more.
Yeah.
You can challenge each other in your different opinions. It brings you together. Your differences bring you together.
Okay.
It makes
Make
you
good.
better, a better team.
Yeah.
There's no I in team, as they always say. There's no I in team. There's uh, makes you better, a better team player. And it strengthens your marriage.
Absolutely.
It strengthens it.
Absolutely.
Like I said,
It's
that encouraged me. That like helped me learn how to talk in situations like that. Because
and
I'll go back
somebody
and
who
remember.
works with children all the time, she can take that, not just apply to dealing with her own children, but dealing with the kids that she works
Not
with.
panic. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, see, that helps, encourages, and not
Just send
choose.
an offering later. Cash app. I'm gonna send you my cash app.
Oh, I was thinking about something else, but
I mean, I'll take it too. Praise the Lord.
you can
So,
choose to you and your differences. You can choose to, differences can divide you
yeah,
um
embrace them.
if you don't embrace them, and if you don't talk about your differences, holding it in and being mad at each other because of the differences,
Yeah,
competing against each other, can cause division in your marriage. So,
absolutely. It's so important that you communicate with your spouse about the differences, but do it before they become a problem. Like when you're having a conversation about something and you'll know real quick that your spouse sees it differently. Talk it out before you get mad about it. Let's just have a conversation.
we learn from that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no some so many arguments can be avoided
Mhm.
if you have the conversation and discuss it, communicate about it before it becomes a problem. You don't have to, everything doesn't have to be a problem. Reality is just reality, and it doesn't always have to be a problem. We can agree to disagree. We can talk about it. We have had very passionate disagreements. We weren't fighting. We may have been fighting to get our point out. We may have been fighting to be heard. We were not fighting to be right. You'll walk into the room and you'll hear two people talking loudly, but you'll see a smile on the face. We're disagreeing, but
You
we're
talking
not.
about in
I'm talking me.
how much? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah,
I was like, what?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you can do that. You can have a passionate debate, passionate discussion where you're saying A and they're saying X,
Mhm.
and that's okay. It doesn't mean that I'm mad because you're saying X while I'm saying A, and then you're supposed to be saying A. No, say X if that's where you land, then land on X and be on X. And I'm gonna land on A and I'm gonna be on A and I'm gonna tell you why I'm on A. Here's the key. Stop trying to make them change from X to A.
Mhm.
The one thing I've always said to my wife was just tell me why you think the way you think. Tell me why that's your position and your opinion, and don't just because. No, don't do that.
And don't have your differences of opinions or debates in public. Please don't do that in
Don't
public.
do that. Don't do that.
have like a cue, like if you're having a difference of opinion or a
Yeah.
different um thought process in public with your spouse, have a like have something that you could be like, no, don't,
Little gesture or
like a gesture
phrase
or
or
yeah.
something
So
that
you know
says,
that like
"We'll
it's
pick
like
this up later."
don't yeah,
Yeah.
not right now. Like we could do that later. Do we have one of those?
We don't typically do
We
that.
don't really yeah, we don't
Yeah, we don't typically do that in public.
if we laugh we probably laugh and play too much in
Yeah.
public.
Yeah.
For us to all of our differences are in behind closed doors. So
But we've also been married for over 2 decades, and we've worked through a lot of this stuff too. So
mhm.
rarely do we ever hit that moment or hit that wall of fighting. We don't fight anymore, which I'm happy about. You think we do?
Oh no. I was
Right.
like, have we no, my face was like, have we ever fought?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. You don't remember that time when you beat me on me?
Be quiet. I think he's gonna
I can't
say
talk about it. Okay.
that.
Never mind. Never
I
mind.
think he's gonna say
Um,
that. First of
we
all,
are
I do
good.
not be.
We're good. We're good now. We're good. This is wonderful. Love you. Love you. We're good now. That's the important thing. It's where we are today. It's where we are today. 20 how many years?
24. 3. Sorry. I don't know
20
if it's
plus.
24.
20 plus. Um, well, look at the time. It's time for Vetta's verse. How about that?
Is it
It is.
already?
It definitely is. We're just going to jump
Jeez.
right on into Vetta's verse. It's a time that we do every
Did we
week.
ask our
Mhm.
viewers like their differences? No, we didn't.
Well, no, because we generally don't
Because
have.
we don't have time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't interact with our social media. Maybe we'll do that next season. But yeah, so it's that time of night where we jump into an isolated moment of conversation.
Is this our wind down
This is our
time?
wind down from the show where Vetta shares with us her thoughts, what really jumps out at her and her key points and tips for us. So, without further ado, I now present to you Vetta's verse.
Vetta's verse title is Loving Jesus' Way. And it's coming out of John 15:12. John 15:12 says, make sure I'm on the right 15, yes. John 15:12 says, my command is this, love each other as I have loved you. And 13 says, greater love has no one than this, that he lay down his life for his friends. Oh, 14, let's keep going. You are my friends if you do what I command. And it says, loving Jesus' way. This is out of our couples devotional Bible for today. Marriage remains the most intense environment there is for practicing love, and no one before or since has loved more than Jesus did. He set the example for sacrificial love when he left heaven's glory to live 33 years of grime, dust, humanness, and rejection, all without sinning, just so he could give himself up for those he loved. For Jesus, love was a motive, not a duty. Too many times we've served each other um, out of a sense of duty or to keep peace without the motive of love. We're still learning what it means to love as Christ loved, how to give ourselves up. When our desires and conflicts, Paul encourages us to be imitators of God, therefore, as dearly loved children, and live a life of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us. Ephesians 5:1 and 2. The extent to which you believe you are dearly loved by God is the extent to which you can love others. If Jesus were preaching about marriage today, he might say, remember my love and sacrifice and do the same for each other. Let love be your motive and humility be your attitude. love the way I did. Impossible task if we didn't have our secret weapon. God's power to love, which He has freely given to His dearly loved children. Philippians 4:13. That has been his verse for tonight.
One thing I love about that part of Jesus love is that we can put the responsibility outcome of that type of love on Jesus. Jesus is love. And if we do it his way, guaranteed to work. Our way, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to love my wife as Christ loved the church, submit to as unto the Lord. We keep him at the center. He keeps us connected, and we are the better for it. This has been good talk. Real good talk. You enjoy it?
Enjoyed it.
Any final thoughts?
And our differences.
No?
Just enjoy and embrace each other's differences. You're gonna be together forever, so
Sign up for.
that's what you signed up for.
Make it
Enjoy it,
forever.
embrace it, and differences allows you to grow together more as a couple,
That's right.
as a marriage unit, as a team. There's all different players on a team, and they do different things. So in your marriage, you have different likes, dislikes, opinions. It allows you to win in life.
Wow.
Win the game
She
of
went
marriage. Sorry. Because I was giving a reference of the basketball.
Yes,
So I was saying they win.
yes.
They win with their differences. So we want to win. We want to have winning marriages in this life.
Yes. We're gonna get those merch out soon. The hats and the t-shirts. Make marriages great again. They're coming on the way. Be on the lookout for it. We're talking with vendors now. We want to make sure that we provide high quality merch at a very reasonable rate. So be on the lookout for that. Send us your shirt sizes you prefer. Send us any ideas you might
But they
have.
got to see it first, don't they?
Huh?
Don't they have to see it first?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's coming. It's on the way. It's
We
on
got
the way.
2 weeks.
We got 2 weeks.
We got 2 more shows, right?
More shows.
Yeah, so we have to give them something to look at.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Make sure you're connected to us via social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and be on the lookout for announcements about the merch. It's on its way. It's coming, and we're going to make it as cost effective as possible, recognizing that we got to ship it to you. So we want to make sure that you're not paying ridiculous ship fees just to get the products to you. It's not about making profit for us. It's about giving you good quality products. Anything else?
Nope.
That's everything. We've had a great time tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on our couch. And we hope that you found value in this while you were on your couch or the comfort of your bed or wherever you were watching us from. That's Veta.
And that's Mac.
And
And this
this
has
has
been
been
Couch
Couch
Conversation.
Conversations. We'll see you
Good
next time.
night. Enjoy each other.